begin in just a second, guys. All right, here we go. All right, so we got a big week ahead. We got a lot that's coming out. We got a ton of catalysts. I mean, first thing starting off, we got Tesla's robo taxis. Apple has WWDC event going on today. I mean, not today, Tuesday. So there's definitely a lot to check out. I'm gonna go ahead and start, show you guys what I'm looking at with SPY. We can go from there. Hold on. All right, bet. All right, so you're looking at my chart now. This is where I drew a supply zone. That's kind of, it stayed true since 2024 in November. This is basically where we started entering. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see. And if you don't know what a supply zone is, that's basically an area that you enter where basically sellers step in, where they can likely step in, and you can see uh, if we don't break through it, you basically can get rejected outside of this zone here. All right. So yeah, with SPY, we've been in this nice uptrend. We kind of recovered a little bit past where we were prior to before Trump was in office and everything, and like the big dip we had. But where we're at now, we really starting to test the $600 level on SPY, but we've been facing some challenges here. Making it a little bit better. If you see here, we end up getting here, we have like a failed two up, and then we end up having this one, which basically shows just consolidation. But we got to this area and we basically wicked off the 600 level repeatedly. So what I'll be looking for now is I need to see if we're gonna break through 600. If we break through 600, 605 is my next target. Um, it kind of lines up just about right here. This is like 604.50, but it's not perfect, but we really need to break above the 600 level or we're going to start to retrace and test down our next support, which will be around 595. We have to start showing some strength. Our next support is 595 because we also line up right here on this EMA, the 9-day EMA, and it's literally like right at the bottom of the supply zone. So that's what I'll be looking for today. We could, I would say even Mondays, always let things settle down first. Always let things settle down first because we get orders that was like put in at the end of Friday, but also we haven't fully set the tone yet for what this week is going to be. And we have CPI data, we have just a lot going on, and plus we're not even accounting for if Trump is going to talk. So that's one thing. Now, if you go to QQQ, that's pretty much the same setup. I didn't fully mark this one out. I shouldn't really go over this one. By the way, let me know if you guys have any questions or anything. But QQQ is essentially the same setup, it's just at a different price point. They pretty much have like the same stocks. But one of the main ones I'm looking at that I caught on my group is Qubit. This is the quantum computing stock. Let me fix my screen. The ticker symbol is QUBT. Second, guys. So yeah, this is a quantum computing stock, and the thing I liked about them is Qubit. We've found support down here at this like $6 level before heading back up into this nice uptrend. We've had the nice EMA crossover showing some bullish trend. But the thing is, we also have, if we look back over this way, there's this gap we have to fill where it was like it's a bearish fair value gap. And this is somewhere I'm looking for us to fill before whether we are going to reject or go even higher. But this fair value gap is all the way up to about 1640, about 1640. And right now we're only at like, we were at 1370 last week. We finished off, but now we're up to 1490 in pre-market. And so I'll be looking for now with this is, of course, I'm already in this, but I'm gonna let the first 15 minutes stop. If you're not in this and you do want to day trade this, wait for the first 15 minutes to occur. So that'll be about 9:45 like Eastern time. You mark out your high and your low of that stock, and then whether you enter long or short will depend if it breaks that high or if it breaks that low. Just kind of give you guys an example. Let's say this is our 15-minute candle. Say this is right. So when the first 15 minutes open, let's say I'll mark out this high for this candle, which would be around 1375, and then I marked out this low, which would be 1336. After that first 15-minute candle closes, then if price starts to break down below that, that's on at least on that 15-minute side, you're starting to see a breaking structure down. And then if it starts to break above that, you can also see that's a breakout. So what we've done now though is in pre-market, you see we're already up. Another place for me to identify like where I could take profit or stop losses at is, even though I wait those first 15 minutes, I also mark out the pre-market lows and the pre-market highs on the 15-minute time frame as well. This just gives me an idea of like where price can return to as well when market opens. So right here, mark out this pre-market high. Then I go down here and mark out this pre-market low. That's just gonna help me visualize this for when the market hours are open. So I'm still gonna work those first 15 minutes because price can be all over the place. Mark out that first minute high, the first 15-minute high and first 15-minute low, and then my next targets, if it's my next targets would be also the pre-market high, pre-market low, and then so forth. After that, if you trade a strat, you should know that your next high is the previous high that you've had before, and so on. And that's Qubit. I really like this stock. It's gaining momentum. A lot of the quantum computing stocks are gaining a lot of momentum right now, especially like as the AI race is like picking up, and we're starting to see more people utilize quantum computing, or they're believing that it's going to be successful. And people are turning towards that, and that's just on the 4 hour and the daily that we're checking out. Here, make this bigger for you guys. This is on the weekly time frame, and you pretty much can see we had our EMA crossover, which is like a bullish signal. We've been riding that up, and then we finished off like with a 2 down. Well, it was like a really like a L2 down. This is like a reversal sign, but the thing is, we're still maintaining this uptrend in the weekly. Like we're still above our EMAs, and we still have room to go. So right now we're about 1483. So yeah, we already broke above this. So this is gonna continue to push, which is why I bought some calls out further. I definitely see this going towards like 16, but it definitely hit towards 20, which is what our previous high was, towards $20.36. So that'll be another target if we break past like this $16 area. And then after that, I mean, some people have price targets all the way up to $26, which it definitely can hit pretty easily. But just pay attention to this, guys. It's not done. If it does pull back, For me, as long as it's still maintaining its uptrend, I'll still stay in it. Honestly, for like a longer period of time, this is the one it can really run. It can pay pretty well. And as you see, we're already up 8% in pre-market. So if you guys are in my chat, you already know kind of what's going on. If you want to join the chat, go to my link in my bio. It's free, so might as well. And the next one I'd like to check out is Palantir. The ticker symbol is PLTR. Now this thing has just been a beast. It was crazy. If you've been paying attention to Palantir over the years, they were not like the stock market's favorite at all. Like every time they used to have a rally, they used to get like shorted pretty significantly, and like they'll just get shot down. I had a buddy that actually was in Palantir for like years ago, like when it was like $20, $30, and then he ended up selling it because he just got tired of it getting shot down, and now it's like at $127, so he could easily like 3x his money. But this is on a weekly time frame. They've been getting a lot of new government contracts. This is a I'll definitely say do your research about them, but they're definitely involved as far as like kind of like the government defense market essentially. But they've been implementing a lot of like new uses with AI and things of that sort as well. But yeah, Palantir, they're definitely still in a nice uptrend. I'm gonna draw some trend lines. This drawing trend lines kind of give me like a rough idea of what's happening. Look at that. Mm-mm-mm. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just so you can get an idea like what's going on. It's on a weekly time frame, so I'm about to go down to the daily. Let me know if you guys can see this okay. All right. So as you can see, we're still in like this upward trend channel that we have going on here. And we pretty much hit this area. We fell a little bit below before, but we're just kind of consolidating along here. Even though Palantir's been pushing, there's still so much room for it to go. Like it's ridiculous. Let me show you. Here we go. So yeah, so we kind of hit down here, right here. But really, wow, really be targeting with Palantir. It's about this area at the top of the trend line, which is actually about like 270. Excuse me. Hold on a second. But yeah, Palantir, this definitely needs some time to play out, but I can definitely target it to 270. Sorry, guys. Let me plug up something. Here we go. But what I'm looking for a Palantir for the day at least, I usually go to my 4 hour time frame to look for my triggers. Let me take this off for a second. So the last 4 hour that we left off on, it had finished 128.13. So a trigger above that will be what I'll get in for my calls, like we're playing options or to go long. And below 126.16 is what I look for to go into puts or to go short on this. And with Palantir, it's easy to start targeting. Like we go down, let's say if we start to break down and we go to the short side, I'll start targeting about this like 122, and then my next target will be down to about 120. So about like it'd be like a $2 move. The almost similar thing as far as to the upside. Let's say we break above this 128.13. My next target will be here at the top of this channel right here, which is about like 132. I like to go 130 first, just because I know that a lot of times there's these psychological levels that people like to go to. So I would target 130 and then target 132. Past that, about 135. So I'm looking for a Palantir, and this is just very on like the short term, like intraday trading. It's pretty much flat in pre-market, so we're just gonna see what the overall market sentiment is before we like really hop into anything, and it'll kind of give you an idea of where to go. See, another one checking out is Meta. You guys can let me know if you have ones that you want me to check out. Just want me to kind of go over. But yeah, we go to Meta, which Meta we pretty much been fighting with the $700 level for like it feels like forever. Here we go. Yeah, Meta has been going crazy. Meta really after like they spent these couple weeks down here in like this $500 level, like building up some support. It just took off and just went on this strong rally. And the thing is, Zuckerberg's been making some pretty big moves as far as like what he's trying to do with AI and also just his social media platforms. At this current pace, like Meta could hit like $1,000, honestly, probably by the end of the year. At this current pace, let me see. So I'm gonna basically drawing these trend lines so I can kind of see like these areas that we've touched before on these trend lines and where we kind of have resistance at as well. It pretty much line up pretty easily. It just gives you an idea of like when I am looking at price, or I'm looking at for it to like break above or below. All right, let's get down here. Just focus on this. All right, yeah. So Meta, we're still been fighting with this $700 level, which is kind of entering us into like this supply zone to where basically like where sellers are stepping in at. Because I think our previous highs was 742, and that kind of ends up matching up right with this. So we haven't hit here yet. Sorry. But if we like continue on this track, we hitting this area of resistance right around the 740 level. But what I'll be looking for a Meta is for it to really break above this, and then I'll look for the retest down at 740 before I would like necessarily get in. At least for me, um, like right now, I'm even on the short term. You probably could get in if it hits around like 680 and things like that. But I definitely want to see you get in from 680 all the way up to rise to about 740. That's a nice move. But when it gets to the 740 level, you need to see it retest and hold the support. Like the previous resistance now becomes support. And then I want to see it push up past that, which can lead us getting towards this $900 level and above. Just kind of draw this pathway out so you guys can know. Looking for a hit about right here before then we start targeting this area. And this could easily happen depending on what is going on in the overall market. Like we still have somewhat of a like cautiously bullish sentiment. This could really end up happening towards the end of the year. In July, I don't really see too crazy of a move happening. Nothing like nothing like super substantial. It'll probably be in like in the fall where we start making this push towards like this $900 level. But yeah, Meta is still on fire. If you can get this on a discount, like we started to pull back some, I would not be mad at getting this down towards like 660. Yeah, towards the 660 or just at right at $700. Yeah, 660 or even lower than that, around like 630. I really like this setup for the long term on Meta. But yeah, that's just a couple things I'm looking at for now. But if you definitely want to know more, have me go over some more stocks, definitely check out my Discord. But also just follow me. Inside of my Discord, I actually built this clarity agent. This is an agent that basically it actively searches the market and picks up the news and trades and like where people are flowing to as far as options, and it provides that insight for you. So you don't necessarily have to spend the same amount of time just looking for confluence on like the news and trying to find what's going on, what stocks to look at. It pretty much brings it to you. And right now I have it free for everybody. So definitely check that out. Um, it's in my Discord. If you can't find the link to my Discord, just hit me up and I'll send it to you guys. But thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back. We'll start doing this again. I'll probably do this again tomorrow. We have a lot of catalysts we can go over. And yeah, just hit me up on my socials. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.